So I'm here with Rick, and we've got the privilege of basically a private workshop today. And Rick's just allowing us to have a good poke around this beautiful Supermono that's been prepared for auction. So this is going to be up for sale shortly, and it is, wow, it's an honour to see them like this, because there just aren't any, really. So that green there, there's a really famous picture that was taken in Bologna before these were all sent off to go racing. And that interesting green paintwork is legendary, and it's a magnesium finish. Actually, it's a way of making the magnesium to stop it oxidizing. It's immensely cool, and everything's small on these bikes. The small the rotors, I think they're 280 mil. Is it 280 mil? The rotors, they're smaller than standard. The Brembo, everything is just that little bit smaller on these bikes. They were just so petite. And you can see the front cylinder head as per normal, but then there's no rear cylinder. So rather on the reproductions, which just have like holes cut in them, it has an elbow. It has a linkage in here with an elbow. It's just fantastic. And then the other little details is the carbon sub. This is one of the first bikes that had an all carbon subframe. So the whole subframe is one piece of carbon, just like on the Desmo, but it's even lighter on this. It's incredible. And my understanding is there's a few different versions of these exhaust pipes. So that there's a single exit and there's a dual exit. The dual exit was a higher spec, basically made more power. I think that's the theory behind it, but I've never had that confirmed, so I don't know, but that's what I was told. And what's interesting is the frame's a slightly different color as well. It's not got that golden finish. It's more of an anthracite bronze finish. Sorry, not bronze, almost like a platinum. Really interesting. And the colour of the tailboards determines the size of the series they run in. So white tailboards for, I think it's more than is it more than 500 cc, and then
classes,
yeah.
Classes, yeah.
Look, carbon fibre. Look at that. It's actually, the whole thing is made out of carbon. It's unbelievable. Just the detail. Yeah, a little bit of fuels come out, isn't it? The paintwork. Airbox, so that's what really different. So the tank is not dissimilar to a 999 or a 749 in shape, but it's got that massive airbox underneath. It actually probably is carbon, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that again, the green magnesium yokes.
Chromate, isn't it?
Yeah, chromate. P8 ECU, I think it's a P8 ECU on the front.
It's got the same calipers as I've got on the ZXR.
Are they the same on your ZXR race bike?
Yeah,
Right, okay. So, if you remember rightly, Luigi Mark's building a replica of one of these. So I've been instructed to get as many photographs as I can. Yeah, the front wheel's not dissimilar to the one he's got on it. It's lovely, Rick. It's amazing, isn't it? So what's the story on this? This is. Do you want to just quickly explain? This is a championship winning bike, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, from my knowledge of it that I know, which is limited, I'll be honest with you, because my dad has had a little bit more to do with it than me. But I believe it was raced and ridden by Ian Cobby.
Yeah.
When it was, back in the day when it was obviously the fully original bike. It's now owned by a good customer of ours. We're just doing a sort of a minor service and some bits and pieces to it, because I believe it's going up for sale in iconic auctions in the next, at the next auction. So I don't, I'm not too sure cost-wise or anything like that, but that's what I think is happening with it.
Are these carbon tanks, aren't they?
Yeah. So you can see.
I was just marvelling at even the fillers. Even the fillers made up. Oh, it's a bit. Is it fuel?
It's got under the paint. So I also don't think that's original.
That does not look the same as the one in the museum. It's a bit thinner.
It's been crushed.
Yeah. But these did get crushed. We were speaking to Jeff Baines. He used to run one, and he said he crushed it at the first race out. They were race bikes, exactly.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? With all race bikes.
It's being crashed.
Yeah, that's not original either, is it? That's not.
Probably
no.
not. No. That is an original weave, though, and I think the same with that would have been like that.
Yeah.
So that.
I seem to remember this having more structure to it underneath here. It was rounded underneath here.
That's got a fiberglass in it.
Yeah.
So, but you know, still a beautiful bike.
And it ran just a dry cell. Is it just a dry cell?
I think that's the original battery. I think,
Yeah.
from
You just charge that and then you'd recharge it
exactly
at the end of the race. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, a special bike, isn't it? You know, they're
It's
a
just
special
amazing.
Bike.
Yeah.
They really are.
And they're grunty. I mean, they're grunty as anything.
My road one, my dad used to own one, and it was, you know, we had it here for 5 or 6 years. And I had the pleasure of riding it at Cadwell
Perfect for Cadwell.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way, a long time ago. What an amazing bike! Just like riding a 250.
Yeah.
Literally like riding a 250.
Yeah.
Just such an amazing bike to ride. So flickable and so easy to ride. And
What sort of power they put? About 70 horsepower?
Yeah, it's about 70 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just an amazing bike. But for a bike of this era to have, you know, magnesium, carbon, everything on it, you know, and you know, be as far forward as what it was back then.
This was revolutionary.
An incredible bike, you know, magnesium.
But this was pre-916. People don't realise a lot of the shape of the 916 came out of this. And didn't Terre Blanche have a hand in this as well?
Yeah, they did a series, a really like big European series back in the day.
Yep.
For, you know, singles. And obviously Supermono was a big thing in that, and lots of these bikes were raced in that championship by, you know, I think there was lots of Dutch people and all sorts, you know, all sorts of Europeans. So that was one of those bikes that was ridden. I think
there is still
being one of them.
There is still a series in the UK, a Supermono series, but I think it's a lot more. You know, the field is a lot more open now. You've got like KTM's in there with chopped engines, all sorts of high power mods.
These things now, because they're obviously so rare, is they end up in collections and they don't get seen. But this is for sale.
Whoever buys it, speak to me. We want to test ride it.
I believe this is going to go for sale, and you know.
Oh, they're just lovely.
The owner that owns it now, he has had it for a few years. It's been here a few times, and he has had it for a few years. So
are they twin injector on these? I know it's got the P8, so we can run a twin, but
I actually don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually don't know.
has it got two pickups? It's got two pickups. It's definitely got the two pickups. So it's got a pickup. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is.
It has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
So the pickups, guys, just so you don't know, these are these take a feed off the crank, and that's what fires your timing.
But even, you know, this.
I was going to say that completely unobtainium now. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just that colour. Have you seen that iconic picture? I was just saying about the iconic picture where they're all lined up in Bologna, ready to go with that.
It's like a
Yeah, Gerda green.
It's just an amazing bike.
Just beautiful.
Amazing bike.